Have you ever felt like you could be trapped in a room designed by a homicidal maniac?
No.
You haven't?
I've never thought I could be trapped in a room by a homicidal maniac. I feel like I'm smarter than that.
Well, I mean, that's not a bad point, but yeah, okay, that's a good point. Hey guys, this is Crypto Spook.
And this is Moriarty, the smart one.
The smart one, quote unquote. Today we are bringing you Escape VR, which is based off of...
An escape room. Hold on. Let me guess what it is based off of the name.
Go ahead.
It's an FPS.
It is not. You're completely wrong. And he says he's the smart one. What a fool. What a foolish fool.
I was so close.
Everybody point at him and laugh.
I was so close. Well then tell me, Master Crypto, what is it?
So it is an escape room, which we actually previously talked about.
What a misdirecting name.
We actually played this game and added it to our
20 VR games in 1 minute or less.
And I thought it was just the bee's knees, with a couple exceptions.
You really liked the game, but you didn't like the hit detection because you felt like every time you tried to pick something up, it was too squiffy, too particular, couldn't quite do it. Couldn't get things in the right place.
Yeah, the hit detection was either too accurate or too inaccurate, and sometimes you'd be aiming for one object, clip just slightly through it, and pick up the object underneath it.
Mm-hmm. So have they fixed that?
I wouldn't say they've completely fixed it, but it did seem to be less obtrusive than it was last time, if that makes any sense.
It does, actually, and I will tell you that I appreciate this developer because he has been incredibly responsive to his community, and even to us when we were saying, hey, this game is good. If it were better, it'd be great. And even when we were doing this review, we had an issue show up, and he actually hot-fixed it and put out a patch in 20 minutes, which I've never heard of. I mean, that's insane.
You know, funny enough, I was playing the full game, and I ran into a similar issue, and he fixed it within 20 minutes once again. It was just a very small texture issue that he accidentally patched into the game, and he said, yeah, sorry about that, I fixed it, thanks for letting me know. So he's a very responsive developer, and you gotta appreciate that.
I do appreciate that.
Because most of the day, these people at Ubisoft look down their nose at you, think they're better than you, couldn't care less about what you have to say or think. You'll deal with the game as they give it to you.
It is nice to have a responsive dev. So this is an escape VR game like so many others. What sets this apart?
Well, I would say that he made good use of the lighting. My first complaint was that the game was dark, but after I got a chance to really experiment, I could see that he was doing things with the lighting in the game. He did it intentionally to hide things so that you could look and not see it, and then once you got a flashlight or something like that, or a black light, then later on you would see it completely differently, and you'd be like, oh man, I can't believe I missed that. How did I miss that?
That sounds cool. I like this so far. I also noticed that they included a really cool feature in the menu, which is reset room and reset props.
That was an issue people had, where the props, you would try to use a prop or something like that, and it would just disappear, and you'd have no idea where it went, and you had to restart the entire puzzle. So he added into the menu the ability to reset props and to reset the entire room. So if something gets stuck, getting all crazy and wonky, you can just fix it. And it also won't unsolve the puzzles you've already been playing, so that's a really good thing in my book.
That's fantastic. I don't know, you've been to an escape room before, right?
Yeah, actually, I did take my girlfriend and her 10-year-old nephew and her 20-year-old brother. We went because it was her birthday. It's, Dice's birthday. So I took her there, and unfortunately, I picked what was apparently the hardest possible escape room scenario that they had. It was based on Helter Skelter because, she's really into that, Law and Order SVU type stuff, and she's seen every episode, and so, she thought that that was a really interesting series of murders, and that's what the room was based off of. Turns out, that was the hardest possible puzzle they had, and me and her are trying to beat this thing with a 10-year-old that's constantly picking stuff up and going, I'm bored, this is dumb, let's go home, where's my phone, stuff like this. And you have a very limited amount of time and quite a few puzzles and multiple rooms to get through.
I bet you wish you had a reset prop there for when the little kid would pick stuff up and stick it in his pocket.
Yeah, or just get them out of order, or, figure out, hey, this is open, look what I found here, and then just not tell anybody about it.
Right? I remember when I went to an escape room, one of the times that I'd gone, we had an issue where people would pick stuff up, and they wouldn't say that they had already opened it. So You find a conch shell, and inside is a piece of paper, but the piece of paper's already been taken out. So you're looking at this conch shell going, they wouldn't put a conch shell in this room if it wasn't important. What do I do with it? I need to figure it out. Do I blow it? Is it a sign? And instead, no, there was a tiny piece of paper in there, but it had already been taken out. So I totally get it.
This is a very difficult game because there's so many puzzles. Like, I don't know if anybody here has played the demo, which is the level called Julia. There's probably 5 or 6 puzzles in that whole thing.
I think you were able to complete it in about 30 minutes when we did it before.
Yeah, it probably took about that much time. But in this room, there's like 15 puzzles that I saw. I didn't even beat the room because I was like, I'm at 45 minutes. I gotta cut this short. I know this is gonna be a huge file since we're doing it in 4K.
Yeah, 4K.
Yeah, man, it's 4K. It's gorgeous. It looks great, doesn't it?
It really does, let me tell you.
Sir, I'm not sure as to what you are speaking of.
So, for those of you who don't know, we don't live terribly close to each other, so we do everything through the internet. And what that means is that a 4K file, which might be 12 or 15 gigabytes, is not exactly economical to transfer. So we do a program called Handbrake, and my dear friend here, Crypto, handbroke
all of it. I hand broke the arms and the legs and the
everything.
shins and the teeth, and I hand broke everything. It's just a pile of skin at this point.
This is a 1990s video game, maybe at best. It is nothing but pixels for me, and I'm really, really not sure what's happening anymore.
So it's like Doom, like a cutscene from Doom, maybe?
I don't think it's even that good.
So like what? It's like mosaic tiles or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like somebody tried to create a HD game inside of Minecraft.
Yeah, that's fair. This is Minecraft HD, the video.
Gross.
Oh, it's so bad. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
But I'm sure it looks very pretty. I remember that the demo was a pretty looking game.
It looks great.
It was one of the few games that had lots of texture to it, so that it looked like things were old and broken and weathered. I'm assuming that continues into the full game.
It absolutely does. This is a really nice looking game. And I will say that it looked as good on the 2D reproduction on my desktop as it did inside of VR. Maybe it looked a little bit better inside VR, just a little bit. This looks really good still. So one of the only other issues I had with this game was a neat thing that he decided to do with the game itself, and it's something I've never seen before. In order to interact with the locks, you have to grab them with the trigger, and then the touchpad of the controller that you grabbed it with is how you manipulate it.
Oh, that's cool.
It's cool, but at the same time, maybe I just have gargantuan thumbs and it doesn't work out that well for me, and I don't know. It's hard to get the combos exactly right, but...
Banana fingers.
Yeah, banana fingers, that works.
Excellent.
The only other issue that I had was the same complaint that I had from the demo, I believe, and that was the fact that I don't have click to grab. So like for the flashlight, the whole time I was having to hold down the trigger to hold onto the flashlight. And that got annoying because you have to use the flashlight and stuff for a lot.
So did you have fun with the game?
I had a blast. I found myself not wanting to stop because I really wanted to solve the puzzle.
Would you pay money for it?
I would pay dollars for this.
How many dollar monies would you spend?
I could see myself paying $15 for this.
This seems like a $15 game. If they continue to add more rooms, it might be worth even more.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there are more rooms than just this one. This is just the first level. Also, just so you guys know, you can skip level 0 and go straight to level 1. Level 0 is Julia, which is the demo level, which hopefully you've already played if you're buying this game. Do you want to play this game, Moriarty?
You know, I'd really like to say yes, but I don't know, because I haven't actually seen the game, because I'm watching your hand-broken thing.
I mean, you should consider yourself lucky. Now I haven't spoiled anything for you.
No, I'm the only YouTuber I've ever heard of that did a review on a game and hasn't had it spoiled for him yet.
Shit, that's true. So let us know what you think, guys. And Moriarty, is this something that you would want to play?
Yeah, because I'm going to have to watch our own video to figure out if this is a game I want.
Outstanding.
So there you go. That's Escape VR. I'm pretty sure it's a great looking game. If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. Don't forget to check out the Patreon. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always,
we'll see you on the next one.